Everybody, welcome back. I am here again with Curt Soloff. Hey, Curt.
Hey, Bajir. Hey, everybody.
Thanks for letting me know. Curt recently played a monster hand with a very interesting auction. I only have a vague sense of what's in store, but Curt was kind enough to ring me up and say we could share this with everyone. Curt, can you set this hand up for us?
Yeah, well, I suppose the big prize in the game of bridge is bidding any slam is a pretty big prize, but to bid a grand slam, I mean, isn't that the ultimate? Isn't that what everybody would like to be able to do?
Or to bid it when you should.
Yes, exactly. bid a grand slam that actually makes. And one of the things that I like to say about grand slams, and people are very hesitant to pursue them, even when they know that they have perhaps just about everything in the deck, just about all the high card points. Even with those hands, a lot of times people will just settle for their small slams, and they don't pursue the grand. But if you have a good, intelligent auction and you and your partner are on the same page and you find yourself in a grand slam, odds are you're going to be able to claim all 13 tricks on the opening lead because you will already know, is no in quotation marks, you already know that you should have all 13 tricks based on your bidding.
And sort of the flip side of that, am I right in sort of guessing then that we shouldn't bid a grand slam without being so sure of our communication with partner that, okay, we got it, but it relies on that clear communication?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times slams, and particularly grand slams, more than being about the high card points, they're about the tricks. And, the great Barry Crane, who has many fantastic sayings about bridge. One of the things that he used to like to say about grand slams is that you should be able to count 14 tricks to bid a grand slam. Now, that may be a bit of an exaggeration, but his advice was essentially be really sure that you have all of your tricks if you're going to bid a grand slam, right? We don't want to be in a grand slam where we need a finesse to work, for example, or where we have to depend on a squeeze. Yeah,
don't go on the 50% success. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and look, if we find ourselves there and it takes a finesse or a squeeze or something like that to make it, sure, that's what we'll play for. But the best grand slams are the ones that don't even require anything.
All right, well, let's load up the hand, and Curt, we will rely on you to hold our hand through it. I admit a certain anxiety as soon as I'm responding to a strong, a two club, two no trump opening bid. I start sweating because I'm so scared of making a mistake. I tend to make mistakes, so. Take care of us here. I always feel so bad for messing up. It's like, this is partner's big hand. So this is, I start worrying pretty quickly. So show us what happens.
All right. Well, indeed, your partner has a big hand. And we'll begin with a two club opening.
Cue the bead of sweat that starts rolling down my forehead. All right. Now, already, Curt, I have a question for you. Generally, we reply two diamond just to turn it back over to partner to keep describing partner's hand. So I'm looking at our hand. We have a nice hand. Is there a time when we wouldn't reply two diamonds?
Yeah, there is a time that you don't. And actually, your hand is perhaps on the fence of doing such a thing, what we often refer to as a suit positive response. Normally, that would require 8 or more points for the responder to a two club opening. and a good 5-card suit. And we usually go as far as to define a good 5-card suit as 2 of the top 3, 3 of the top 5 honors, something like that.
Okay.
So you would not be out of line to respond 3 clubs here. If you wanted to do that, I would have no problem with that.
Okay.
You could also bid 2 diamonds, and we can talk about the pros and cons of either. Responding 2 diamonds, the old waiting 2 diamonds, that's, you're not trying to announce your presence in the bidding so much, but rather kick it back to the opener to describe the nature of that 2 club hand, because as we know, this strong artificial opening can be such a wide variety, right? It can be balanced. It can be unbalanced. It could have a long major. It could have a long minor. We don't know, right? And so responding 2 diamonds, I tend to do that almost all the time.
Okay.
I usually look for a pretty good hand and a really a very good suit. So
let's go with that, mostly because I think if I was presented with a choice, I would again be more scared of making the mistake than not making the mistake. But maybe if those clubs were one of the majors, maybe I would feel a little more tempted.
Yeah, I think if you had a good 5-card or longer major, you would probably be more inclined to get that into the bidding sooner. But I think I would tend to respond 2 diamonds with this hand and find out what partners got going on with that big hand.
Okay.
Now, you'll see right away, for several reasons, really. Already the auction may seem like it's a bit awkward because North is now showing a long diamond suit. And I think a really important piece of advice for you 2 club openers out there, if you have a balanced hand, or if you have a major, really more if you have a long major, especially if it's a good 6, 7, maybe even 8-card major suit. Those are hands that maybe you can stretch your 2 club opening just a bit. If your long suit is a minor, I feel pretty strongly that you need full values, because the bidding space gets away from you very quickly. You can already see how awkward this could be, especially if South, and remember, for that 2 diamond waiting, you don't have to have the hand you hold here today, right? You could hold a collection of tram tickets and be bidding under duress, right?
Right.
And so it's really important that if opener's long suit is a minor, full values, normally I would expect about 22 points at a minimum. And we would like this to be, I think, a 6-card minor at the least, maybe even longer. I'm not that inclined to introduce a 5-card minor. If my hand is more balanced, I'd rather, if at all possible, come back with no trump.
All right. Well, so now it's back in our court. And so, if we're understanding, partner probably has 6 diamonds, could be 5, but probably more likely 6 or maybe even more. And, real strength to bid that way. We still haven't told anything about our hand to partner. We have strength. We have a nice club suit. And we have a diamond fit. What do we prioritize letting partner know about?
So since you don't have a major, if you had a lesser hand, you, even with a good diamond fit, you might be thinking about steering the auction toward 3-no. And you actually have cards in every suit, and you're kind of balanced. But if you bid 3-no, I would be very worried that would end the auction.
Right.
Partner might not bid again. But how do you feel about this hand? I mean, you have a diamond fit, and frankly, you have close to an opening hand. Some folks might even happily open your hand. It's not a fabulous opening hand without any aces, but some people might, right?
So we want to make
And
sure, yeah, we do not want to be left in game. We do want to express our strength, so that would be the argument against three no trumps here.
right. So if you are thinking about slam, and I hope you are, perhaps a small slam at the very least, and maybe your aspirations are even greater. If that's what you're thinking about, then you would have no hesitation to go past 3-0.
Right.
And so you could certainly raise diamonds, especially if we believe that partner has at least 6 of them and maybe even more. And you're looking at the king of diamonds, right? So partner has opened 2 clubs and is showing diamonds without the king. So the suit's got a big hole in it. And that is just a huge card on this auction, right?
It's really neat hearing the way you're helping us so I'm guessing if we respond 4 diamonds, we're letting partner know, okay, we have a diamond fit. We also have enough strength that we don't want to be left in game. So we have something there. And because we haven't bid a major, we're letting partner know we don't have a 4 or 5 card. We don't have a major suit that we're excited about.
Yeah. And so
in a way that communicates even that we have probably a pretty decent club suit.
that could certainly be an inference that North might draw.
Huh. Cool. Very cool. So should I bid 4 diamonds here?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and raise to 4 diamonds? And by the way, we are absolutely in a game forcing situation. You might have to use an awkward sort of, 4 clubs here would be a double negative kind of bust hand that wouldn't, yes, you happen to have clubs. That is what we would tend to use to say I'm broke. So when you give a free raise to 4 diamonds here, this is forward going. Now it still doesn't have to be a slam try. But it's okay, partner. I'm good with diamonds, and we should certainly at least go to game.
Okay.
Now this is maybe where it gets a little tricky. And look,
this is where it gets tricky.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the tricky part yet. So I guess either one of us might end up being the captain on this auction and might end up taking control. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and show a control here. And this 4 heart bid is not necessarily natural. In fact, this hand probably does not have heart length, with that first natural bid being diamonds. Rather, this should be an ace or a king, depending on your control bidding style, in the heart suit, and with diamonds as trump. And to start showing controls, we need a trump suit. And so I think it's pretty safe for you to interpret this as your partner probably has the ace of hearts and wants to make a move towards slam.
Okay.
Now, this could be a little strange. What do you do next, Bajir? I mean,
well, if I was on my own, I would start worrying about what the heck does that 4 heart bid mean. Your explanation helps a lot. So there's something there. Something that I've heard from so many teachers is that us learners use Blackwood too much. Am I out of line for wanting to ask for aces here?
No, I think that's understandable. And maybe it's the best route to go here. Now, one important thing to consider is we'd like to know that we have first or second round control of all suits before we use 4-no. But, and so for example, okay, partner has shown a heart card. You have second round control for sure of the club suit with the king of clubs. Now your spades are only queen 10-9, actually, a pretty decent 3-card holding. And a lot of times we tell people, you shouldn't bid 4-no if you have 2 quick losers in an unbid suit before showing a control.
Even as responder.
Yeah, but I think you have to ask the question, can your partner really have a two club opening without the ace and or king of spades?
Mm. Hmm.
Again, we're not inclined to stretch a two club opening. So what is North's hand here? Uh,
Hmm.
Ace queen sixth, or maybe ace queen seventh of diamonds,
Right.
ace of
Where are
hearts.
the points? Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're only up to 10, 11 points. Maybe the jack of diamonds is over there as well. I
Mm.
mean, that's only 11 points. We've still got a long way to go to get to a two club opening.
Right.
Isn't it almost certain that North has spade cards and maybe even the ace of clubs as well?
If going back to that 4 heart bid, why would North want to tell us about the heart stopper instead of the spade stopper? How would North choose between that?
That's a good question. And frankly, I can tell you on this hand, I could show either control. Usually, with multiple controls, we are inclined to show the cheapest one.
Okay.
Now, I do worry a bit that maybe by control bidding my heart, and that again, that's the cheapest bid I could make. It was the first step available to me over 4 diamonds. Uh, I don't necessarily want to make it sound like I need to hear about a spade control from you.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
But I
but
guess seeing that, then we shouldn't assume if you showed a 4 spade control bid there, maybe we'd wonder, wait, does he have something? What does he have in hearts? Why did he go to spades? But because you bid 4 hearts, we might know, oh, it's the cheaper. It could be the cheaper. There's a good chance that there's control, a good stopper in spades.
yeah, so and you don't could you bid a I mean you could bid a club control, right? You could say bid 5 clubs, and that would tend to deny a spade control and show a club control.
Uh-huh.
The only thing is, if you do that, you will have bypassed 4 no, and now it's too late to ask for key cards.
There were
Um,
countless spots for questions for the viewers. Maybe this is a good one. Folks watching, what would you do here? For no Trump, would you ask Blackwood? Or would you bid 5 clubs, let partner know about your club suit? We haven't explicitly mentioned it. And it is a nice one. What would you do here and why? Share your thinking. Leave a comment below. All right, Curt, tell us. Pause if
So
you're still
I
thinking.
think again, I think it's pretty safe to bid 4 no,
Okay.
and often we like responder to be the captain of a slam going auction like this.
Uh-huh.
Yes, your partner has the stronger hand, but you are the one who knows better about the collective assets of both hands
Right.
because you have a lot more in your hand than you could have
At
here.
this point, we know a lot more about partner's hand than partner knows about ours.
Yeah. So yeah, why not go ahead and ask here? And I didn't even ask you what you normally play here. I usually play 1430 responses.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, why don't you? I tend to keep things as simple as possible. Why don't you share what you and your partner would do? Although, unless you do like minor Blackwood or something.
yeah, we have some fancier gadgets. So we can just go through regular Roman key card
Okay, let's go.
here, and 5 clubs would be 1 or 4 key cards, and 5 diamonds would be 0 or 3,
Okay.
and then 5 hearts, 2 with the queen of 2 without the queen of trump, 5 spades, 2 with the queen of trump. But hopefully for that 2 club opening, we have more than 2 key cards. And
And
so
for the other learners out there, Roman key card. Let's maybe Curt, we could return to that. That deserves its own video. I would love to be able to spend more time with that. Let's earmark that one for a future video.
all
Um,
right.
Okay, so
So,
right, so you using Roman key card Blackwood. So what's the response here?
all right. So I'm going to show you 1 or 4, and it's got to be 4, right? Otherwise, I have lost my marbles with the 2 club opening, right?
Right, right. Wow.
So we have all the key cards, right? Because that 5th key card is the King of Trump. Um, and already this is getting a little sticky because you don't know about the Queen, but I would argue that you really do know about the Queen of Trump, because again, would I really have opened 2 clubs and then shown a diamond suit missing the king and queen? That would be kind of a
Right.
moth-eaten suit. I don't think I would do that. So if you want to put the Queen of Diamonds in my hand, and you don't necessarily have to ask for it, if we have all the key cards, you could ask for kings.
Okay, so we could continue 5 no trump.
Yeah,
If
5 no trump. And far superior to play specific kings rather than number of kings. And so what
and really, I have to say, at this point, like, if you're not here, multiple beads of sweat, because I'm also realizing no matter what, I'm going to be the one playing this hand. So we better get it right.
That's true. So you will notice, and I'm going to show you the King of Spades. Now, this is my cheapest king, which means that I have denied the King of Clubs and the King of Hearts.
Okay.
Now, you know about the King of Clubs. That one's in your hand. You might think, we're missing the King of Hearts. Is that a problem? But I would contend that you may know everything you need to know about this hand at this point. Now, you might be worried that we've gone past 6 diamonds, right?
Yep.
Let's say, well, wait a minute. Diamonds was our trump suit, and now we've gone past 6 diamonds. Now, we're not actually committed to a grand slam, right? Because we could play 6 no, right? We don't have to bid 7 diamonds, for example.
And I think on my own, fear would probably drive me to 6 no trumps now, and I would leave it there. I'd be scared. But tell us more. How do we figure out we don't actually have to worry about the King of Hearts, missing the King of Hearts?
All right. Well, what I would pose is, let's count some tricks. So, how many club tricks do we have? Well, we have 2, right? Because I have the ace, because I've shown you 4 key cards, and you have the king, right?
Okay.
So we'll just go up the suit rank here. 2 club tricks. How many diamond winners?
We're guessing 6.
Yeah, assume I have a 6 card suit. Okay. Let's see. That gets us to 8 tricks, right?
Uh-huh.
And ace of hearts.
9.
That's 9. And how many spade tricks?
3. Can we count them? Only 3? Could we count on more than 3?
Yeah, we can't count on more than 3,
Okay.
but your queen is working, right?
Yeah, right.
I have the ace king, and you have the queen. That's 3.
Right.
All right, so we're up to 12.
Yeah.
So if partner has, let's see, the ace queen of diamonds and the ace of clubs,
so cool,
the ace of hearts, and the ace king of spades. All right, if we add all of that up,
yeah,
I mean, that is still 21 points?
Partner stronger than that.
Something like that. So where's the 13th trick? Does partner, because remember we said we don't want to stretch a 2 club opener without full values.
Right.
So if partner has either the queen of clubs, now the whole club suit's coming in, right? If partner has the queen of clubs, that's a 13th trick. Or what if partner has a 7th diamond?
Also great.
Okay, now we don't need the queen of clubs and again, we know that the King of Hearts is not present. I mean, you can pretty much count 13 tricks here.
That's
And I
so
guess
cool.
worst case scenario, if partner did stretch this to club opener a little bit, then maybe we need a squeeze. And then in that case, of course, what do? Well, we stop in the middle of the hand and we pull out our cell phone, and of course we call Adam Parrish for help with that, right?
Right.
And figure
Right.
out how
That's
to
where,
pull
yeah,
that.
it's right. We call them the big guns. Curt, that is so. All right, so we can already feel pretty confident about going up to the 7 level. Is it? Can we just go to 7 no trumps? Is it too
I think
risky?
if we're going to bid 7, because we are known to hold first round control of everything.
Wow.
Because we know we have all the key cards, we should have, if we can count 13 tricks and diamonds, we should have the same 13 tricks and no trump, right?
Amazing. It's so cool.
So what do you think? You want to shoot out 7 no and see what you're buying here?
Oh my gosh, yeah. No buyer's remorse. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, let's see. I think I got a club lead when I played this hand.
Look at that.
So
we're all set.
Yeah. So it turns out partner did have a 7th diamond. And now we're looking at 7 diamond winners, 2 clubs, a heart, and 3 spades for our 13 tricks.
You know, Curt, I'm lucky enough to learn from a number of incredible teachers, yourself included. I see a lot of wild and fantastic hands. Many of them are created to teach a lesson or just to provide a fun, exciting experience. Can you raise your right hand and swear that this hand was a one dealt randomly to you at a table? This is amazing.
In fact, it was, yes. Rather recently, I was playing in a 2-session open pairs at the Kansas City regional tournament, and we were dealt this hand, and I didn't look at all the results, but there were only a few pairs in the field that reached 7 no. There might have been some others that reached 7 diamonds, and then probably quite a few who settled for the small slam. By the way, when if somebody doesn't have, say a void or something that would really indicate playing in the suit, and you know for sure that you have all of the aces, a lot of times if you're thinking about bidding a suit grand slam, you might be thinking about 7 no, and sometimes 7 no is the better contract because there could be, unlikely, but that horrible luck of somebody has a void and they score a rough on the opening lead. And we can construct some hands where 7 no makes and say 7 diamonds would fail. And that's not the case on this hand. Either grand would make, of course, your best
one can imagine it, right?
So yeah, and it's and I get it. I understand you're sweating. I understand being in the hot seat. But it's the thrill pays off on a hand like this.
So cool. Let me just. Can I pull up the auction again? Maybe we'll have to ask folks to rewind to it.
Yeah, I think if you click on the contract, will it come back up for you?
No, it isn't
not
now.
Coming back up.
Well, I guess, yeah, folks watching, just replay a little bit. I certainly will. I want to frame that auction, knowing now what everything means. The number of lessons included in that one auction is just wild. Curt, thank you so much for sharing this hand with us.
Absolutely. So yeah, hopefully everyone is prepared for their next Grand Slam.
We'll do our best, and we know who to call if we run into trouble. Thanks, folks, for watching. Keep learning with Curt. You can find more videos and online lessons. LearnBridgeOnline.com/Curt-Soloff. Curt, thanks so much.
You bet. Thanks, Majir.
Bye, all.